the game itself with the Bears, I wanted to present something to you, Stoney, because this game, listen, they're all going to be important for Detroit, and how they look, I think, is going to maybe settle some people down or freak some people out. I think one of the keys to this game is the fact that Chicago has struggled mightily in the first half of games. Right? Baldinger brought it up.
Right.
I want to put a stat on it for you. You love stats.
Yes.
So the Chicago Bears have been outscored in the first half 53-0 since Thanksgiving morning.
In the first half?
53-0 since Thanksgiving Day. Since their last victory in London on October 13th. Yeah, it's been that long since they won a football game. The average halftime score has been opponents 15, Bears 4. If Detroit can get up, it plays into their strengths. Running the football, forcing Caleb to take a few chances, put the ball in harm's way, allow this defense to pin their ears back a little bit. I think that's a huge part of this game this week.
But if it's close going into the half, Chicago does play better in the second half. They have the last few weeks. They haven't won the games, as we saw here, but they were certainly better in those games.
And you think it's going to be close?
I think it's going to be somewhat close, or at least a backdoor cover for the Bears.
Yeah, well, within 6 points, you think it's going to be close. Yeah. I wonder how people will react if this game is tight. Or maybe they'll take the Dan Campbell approach. 1 point win doesn't matter.
That's my approach.
I mean, I'm really not going to.
At the end of the year, you count how many W's you have, and they all count the same.
Because a win isn't going to plant the flag that their Super Bowl chances got. No. So just win.
It might give you some more reason to fear or whatever, be concerned about. If, for instance, let's say it's a slugfest. Let's say, the Bears offense scores 38 points and the Lions win 41-38. Okay. Yeah, I might have a problem with the Chicago Bears scoring 38 points on you going forward.
In a weird way, and is this a game where they have very little to gain and a lot to lose?
Well, if you take the deal, yeah. But seriously, yeah. No, I'm going to change my mind on that. No, because they do have a lot to lose. They got tons.
That's what I'm saying. A lot to lose and very little to gain.
Oh no, yes, because if they don't win, the gain is the win. So it's.
But that win itself it's significant because you got to keep pace with Philly and Minnesota. But it doesn't reinforce a belief that you're winning the Super Bowl or anything like that. It doesn't silence any doubt that to me it doesn't anyway.
Right. The all win for the Lions is to win the game. Hopefully, look decent doing it, so people build confidence. If you care about that at all from a fan base, and obviously the obvious is no more injuries.
There's one win maybe that would kind of if they won this way that would bother me. It's the Texans win. If there was a game that played out like that,
wow.
I would start having some concerns.
Goff throwing a lot of interceptions.
Him doing that outside, I get a little weird. I'm pretty much, though, I'd take it anyway this week because I just think they got to get going and get the urgency going. I mean, this is the final push now. And I think that, talking about being in the tournament already, now you got the one goal is still there. And so to me, if you won 17-13 or something like that, if you got some things to work on, fine, so be it. But who cares? Winning on the road is hard in this league still. It's a division rival. The principles I've grown up with in the NFL say that this game should be relatively close, except the Bears have been so horrendous lately.
Yeah, but the Bears' weakness, especially as Baldinger pointed out, their offensive line, the Lions have not had much of a pass rush lately. If they can't get to Williams against this offensive line, yeah, then there might be a red flag waved.
To Baldy's point, Bears are a different team than the last time, just like Detroit. I mean, different coach at this point. Right. Detroit could have put that game away much earlier on Thanksgiving Day. The offense needed to finish more of those drives.
Oh, yes.
There's an added emphasis on the offense. I think the fact that they haven't run the ball well the last couple weeks, I'll channel some John Jansen. He believes this offensive line is going to come out and rip people's faces off.
I hope so.
And he would know, he cited, hey, I've been in that spot where we've underachieved up front, and we know, hey, we got to step up. This team, specifically up front, one of the best in football, lean on the offensive line on the road in, it's not going to be terrible weather, but cold weather outdoors. If this offensive line jumps them early and finishes in the red zone early and puts the Bears on their heels, this is a team that's already talking about vacations. You know what I'm saying? 3
Yes.
weeks to go. They've got a star receiver already talking about, I'm thinking about vacations. Yeah, put him mentally in Cabo before the halftime. I mean, I think that very much is on the table for the Lions here.
Just hopefully his vacation won't be going up against Vildor.
You know, you mentioned the weather's not going to be a humongous deal, but the field will probably be somewhat slightly frozen, or it could be slick with the way the temperatures are.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams has never really played in something like this on natural grass, right? So his escapability might not be as good.
When they
Are the
played,
Bears all in? Like, are they preparing? Let's have our best cleats on and all that stuff. You know, seriously, little things like that.
when he was at USC and he played at Notre Dame one last year, I don't even know what they probably play early in the season. So
They usually play
it's
in
an ugly
October.
game, though.
yeah.
Yeah. Like his performance was ugly.
Right.
I mean, the Bears have lost how many games in a row now? I mean,
I think it's 9, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row.
8 in a row.
It would be 9 this week. Yeah. What is their level of resistance here?
Just
they're pros. They'll show up. They want to win as opposed to losing. But
right.
that's the baseline. Like, I don't think you're getting like an inspired Chicago Bears team, right?
You would think not, but
And you're getting an inspired Lions team. And even if they're undermanned, inspired against a team that's lost 8 in a row should be enough to get it done on the road.
Which game's their Super Bowl? Is it this one or is it the one against Green Bay? The last game of the season, right?
They think Green Bay's a bigger rival to them.
Yes, I understand that, but they could do more damage to the Lions than they can to the Packers,
Correct.
probably. Because the Packers are going to be in the playoffs. Maybe a seed might change, but they're not going to win the division.
It feels kind of like the Packers are locked into that 6, right?
Yeah.
Because Minnesota or Detroit will be the 5, Green Bay will be the 6, and then the last spot is likely the Commanders.
Correct.
Not a lot of drama in terms of
No.
the bottom of the NFC playoff bracket.
No.
Plenty at the top.
Because of that NFC North.